Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving into a classic, Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
A classic for sure.
Whether you're prepping for a big meeting, or just trying to level up your personal life, or even just curious about this legendary book, we're going beyond the surface.
Right.
We're extracting the juiciest bits that you can actually
It's the
use.
stuff that makes a real difference.
And to help us sift through it all, we've got an amazing expert with us.
Hi, everyone. Happy to be here.
They're a master at connecting the dots and finding the so what behind all the theory.
Well, Covey really emphasizes those internal struggles.
Oh, absolutely.
Even super successful people face them.
Yeah.
It's all about changing your whole approach, not just adding more to your to-do list.
So true. And he talks about paradigm shifts,
Yeah.
which can sound a bit academic.
A little bit.
But what does that actually mean, practically speaking?
Imagine you're stuck in that rut, always reacting to things, putting out fires.
Oh, yeah, I know that feeling.
A paradigm shift is like stepping off that hamster wheel and realizing you have the power to choose a different path.
So it's about moving from dependence
To independence.
and ultimately to interdependence.
Exactly. It's about taking control of your own life from the inside out.
And those first 3 habits are all about building that foundation of independence.
That's the core.
Habit 1, be proactive.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I remember that example about reactive language, like, he makes me so mad. Completely shifting when you become proactive.
Like, I control my feelings.
Yes. That's powerful stuff.
It is, because you have a choice in how you respond to everything around you.
It's not about ignoring challenges.
No, it's about what you can control.
And that's where the circle of influence comes in.
You got it. Instead of stressing over things you can't control, you focus on what you can influence.
That's so important, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed.
Like you're taking back your power.
Exactly. And that leads us to habit 2, begin with the end in mind.
The funeral visualization.
Right. Bit morbid, maybe.
Why he makes you think.
Oh, absolutely. What do I want my life to stand for? What do I want people to remember?
It's about thinking deeply about your values, goals, and what you want to leave behind, like your legacy.
Your own personal mission statement.
A guiding compass for your life.
It is. Okay. Getting a bit introspective over here, but that clarity is so valuable.
It is.
And then comes habit 3, put first things first.
And here comes the time management matrix.
Yes, but that thing can be a bit overwhelming at first.
It can seem that way.
So how do we break that down?
Well, think about it. We often get caught up in all those urgent tasks, the emails, the deadlines. But what about those important things that maybe don't feel so urgent right now?
Like working on a personal project.
Exactly. Or spending time with loved ones, or even just taking care of your health.
Those are the things that bring long-term fulfillment.
But they're so easy to push aside.
So that's where the time management matrix helps.
You got it. It helps you prioritize based on importance, not just urgency.
So you're saying it's about focusing on what Covey calls quadrant 2.
Yes. Not urgent, but important things like long-term planning, building relationships, personal development, that kind of stuff.
So we're being proactive.
Exactly. Investing in your future.
I can already see how these habits are building on each other.
They do. It's a foundation for real, lasting change.
But we've only just scratched the surface. I'm excited to see how these principles apply when we start talking about interacting with other people.
Well, stay tuned, because that's where things get really interesting. Building those meaningful and productive relationships with others. Habits 4, 5, and 6.
It's like each one unlocks the next level.
They're all about moving from independence
Oh, yeah.
to interdependence.
Okay.
Building those meaningful, productive relationships.
Because sometimes those interactions can be tricky.
Oh, absolutely. But that's where habits 4, 5, and 6 come in.
So habit 4, think win-win.
Okay?
But doesn't that sometimes feel like
Yeah.
a naive concept in a world that's so competitive?
I get it. But Covey goes deep.
Cool.
He outlines 6 paradigms of human interaction.
Wait, 6? I thought it was just win-win or lose-lose.
Nope, there are 6.
Wow, okay, tell me more.
You have win-lose, lose-win, lose-lose-win, and then the ultimate goal, win-win or no deal.
Win-win or no deal.
It means if you can't find a solution that benefits both sides, you agree to walk away.
Okay.
No hard feelings, no wasted time.
That's interesting. So you're not forcing something that's not a good fit.
Exactly. You're fostering a spirit of collaboration and respect.
And he links this to what he calls the abundance mentality.
Yes. Believing there's enough success out there for everyone.
A big shift from that scarcity mentality.
Huge.
I see how that could transform everything. Negotiations, teamwork, even personal relationships.
Absolutely. And that mindset shift paves the way for habit 5.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood.
Such a powerful one.
That analogy with the optometrist prescribing his own glasses.
Classic.
Oh, we've all been there, right? Trying to solve someone's problem before we even really listen to what's going on.
And get this, over 90% of communication is nonverbal.
Wait, seriously? I had no idea it was that much.
It's true. It's your tone of voice, your body language, all the emotions beneath the words.
So it's not just about hearing the words, but really listening.
Yes. Empathizing.
Yeah.
Trying to see the world through their eyes.
Putting aside your own assumptions and agendas
To really understand where they're coming from.
makes you realize how often we're just waiting for our turn to talk.
It happens all the time.
No wonder there are so many misunderstandings.
It's true. But when you combine win-win thinking with that deep understanding,
That's where habit 6 comes in.
synergy.
But synergy sometimes feels like just a buzzword.
I know what you mean.
But here, it's more about that power of collaboration.
Right, it's more than just teamwork.
Okay.
It's the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts.
Like when you have genuine understanding,
And a win-win attitude.
you can create something new and innovative together.
Exactly. Covey uses that great phrase, transaction versus transformation.
Oh, yeah. Transaction is just a basic exchange.
But synergy creates transformation.
It's like taking two different ideas and merging them into a brilliant new solution.
Through collaboration and understanding.
So we've covered a lot of ground, but there's still one habit left.
The keystone.
Habit 7. And I feel like it's the one that makes all the others possible.
It is. It's what makes them sustainable in the long run.
All right, let's talk about it.
Habit 7.
Sharpen the saw.
That's it.
Okay, I have a feeling this is where the real magic happens.
It is. It's the habit that makes all the others possible
Ah, I like that.
and sustainable.
Okay.
It's all about self-renewal.
So you're talking about taking care of yourself.
Physically,
Yeah.
mentally, spiritually, and socially too.
It's not just about working harder or smarter.
No, it's about taking care of yourself as a whole person.
You know, I used to think self-care was a luxury.
Oh, I hear that a lot.
Something I could only squeeze in if I had time.
Yeah,
But I realized it's essential.
for sure.
It's essential for showing up as my best self.
At work, in your personal life, everywhere.
Absolutely. And Covey breaks it down
does.
into those 4 dimensions.
4 dimensions of self-renewal.
Physical, spiritual, mental, and social emotional.
You got it.
Okay, so physical, that's pretty straightforward.
It is.
Things like exercise, nutrition, getting enough sleep.
Taking care of your physical health overall.
What about spiritual?
Oh, that's a good one.
Because it's not necessarily about religion, right?
Right, it's about connecting with your core values,
Yeah.
finding your purpose, even spending time in nature.
Nourishing your soul, however that looks for you.
I love that. And then there's the mental dimension.
Okay.
This could be reading, learning, having those thought-provoking conversations, or just taking some quiet time to reflect.
Keeping your mind sharp, expanding your horizons.
Exactly. And then, of course, there's the social-emotional dimension.
Okay.
This is about your relationships with friends, family, loved ones,
Building those strong connections.
practicing empathy and compassion.
I love how these are all interconnected.
They are. You can't really neglect one without affecting the others.
And that's what makes habit 7 so powerful.
Right. When you invest in all 4 dimensions,
Yeah.
you create this positive upward spiral.
Okay.
The more you renew yourself, the more energy and resilience you have to practice all the other habits too.
It's like cycle of growth.
Exactly.
And Covey says this is a lifelong journey.
It is.
It's not about reaching some end goal.
You got it.
It's about continuous learning and growth.
Becoming the best version of yourself.
And that can feel really empowering.
It does.
It takes the pressure off.
It really does.
So we've covered a lot, but I think the takeaway here is this. The 7 habits aren't just a set of rules.
They're more like guidelines.
They're a framework for thinking about effectiveness.
Yeah, in all areas of life.
And it's about finding what works for you.
Absolutely. There's no one-size-fits-all approach.
And on that note, we want to leave you with a final thought.
Okay.
Remember back in habit 2,
Begin with the end in mind.
we talked about visualizing your own funeral.
Yeah. Well, what would people say about the way you lived your life?
That's a powerful question.
What kind of legacy would you want to leave behind?
And remember, it's never too late to start implementing these habits.
Each day is a new opportunity.
That's right.
Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into the 7 habits.
It's been fun.
We hope you found it insightful and inspiring and empowering.
Yeah.
And remember, keep learning and growing and striving to be the best version of yourself.
And don't forget to sharpen the saw.